friend Nicole LaCorey, and then you're going to hear from one of our residents, Deborah Fernandez, small business owner and mom here in Fort Lauderdale. And so why are we here? Well, in September, I was down in South Florida. I think we were in, I know we were in Miami-Dade. Were you in Sweetwater, or where, do you guys remember? Some of you guys remember. Was it Sweetwater? So we were down there, and we had announced, we were in the process of announcing a number of initiatives designed to relieve the burden of inflation on Floridians. And if you think, like they said, oh, it's only 7.1%, well, that's still higher than it's ever been in a long time before the last year and a half. And so this has been really, really significant for a lot of folks. We did in the last budget, we did a lot of great tax relief for people. We've been working on different ways that we are able to make a difference. But one of the things that we knew that we could make a difference on for people, because when you have inflation, you can decide, well, maybe I'll do without this or do without that. But there's certain things that you just got to do. So, when you go to work, the gas, you pay for the gas, right? So we did a gas tax holiday. When you're going to work in places, in many of our metro areas like Southern Florida, Orlando, some of those, you get hit with tolls as you're going to and from work every day. And so we said one of the things that we can do to really make a difference for people, to alleviate the burden of what you're seeing with the inflation, is to do some major toll relief for our commuters. And so I came down to South Florida 3 months ago, September, and I said, we are going to do for all of our commuters, we're going to work to institute a program to give you a 50% reduction in all tolls. And that is something that's very ambitious. It's something that a lot of people thought was good, but people, you often have people run for office and they promise a lot of things. How many times do they actually deliver on a lot of this stuff? Not very often. So for us, we really believe in producing results, and when we come out and say do something, we follow through. So not only did we not Tallahassee anymore, but we're happy to have their support on this. So we got it, and we got it through, and so I'm going to be signing it momentarily. But SunPass, Easy Pass, if you're somebody that's doing this and you don't have that, get that so you can participate in this program. And then all that'll happen is month ends, if you meet the threshold, they calculate it, and then they'll put a credit on your bill for 50% of the total tolls that you did the month before. And so you'll start to see the credit appear in February, and then it'll be every month thereafter, all the way for the entire calendar year. So we're excited about doing this. I mean, if you think about, our state has been able to outpace the nation on issue after issue, particularly when it comes to the economy, particularly when it comes to running elections. I mean, you name it, education. And so we're happy that there's a lot of interest in investing in Florida. We're happy that there's a lot of opportunity in Florida. We're happy that our states run much better than a lot of these other states that have driven a lot of their residents out of their states because of mismanagement. But at the same time, as much as we are this little fiefdom of freedom down tucked away in southeastern part of the United States, we have to deal with federal policies. We have to deal with what the Fed is doing by raising interest rates. We got to deal with all the inflationary spending that Congress has been doing. And so we're taking action to be able to protect people from that as best we can. And so I'm happy that we were able to deliver on yet another promise that we made. And we're able to do this in part because we have a record budget surplus. And the thing about it is, you don't want to be running deficit, of course, but when your surplus gets too big, it's like, okay, we need to get this back to the taxpayer. So this is one thing we're going to do, but we are going to do much more in terms of tax relief for people throughout the state of Florida. So stay tuned on that. We're going to be able to, in the spring, come back and sign really significant tax relief legislation across a wide variety of things. And so I'm looking forward to doing that. I'm looking forward to working with the legislature to really keep putting major points on the board. But this one is, we're here just a few months ago promising this, and then today we're signing it into law, and then starting January 1st, the program will be active. So that's quick results, and that's getting things done. So we're going to hear from a few folks, and then I am going to go sign the legislation and make it official. So we'll hear from our FDOT Secretary, Jared Perdue.
Thank you, Governor. Your bold leadership has really kept Florida the best place to live, work, and visit, and I'm honored to be able to serve as your Transportation Secretary moving into the future. Because of your vision and support, we are able to bring this relief to Floridians in a time of need. On behalf of the FDOT, I want to thank Speaker Paul Renner and President Kathleen Passidomo for ensuring this important legislation was part of the agenda for this week's special session. Customers are at the center of everything we do at FDOT, and we are so thrilled to be a part of this 2023 toll relief program. The SunPass Savings Program that you may remember was introduced by Governor DeSantis back in August, but the Florida Toll Relief Program that we're talking about here today provides even more relief for Floridians. This program will begin on January 1st and run through December 31st, and as Governor DeSantis said, commuters with at least 35 paid transactions a month will receive a 50% credit on their monthly statement. The toll relief program applies to all toll facilities that accept electronic payments. So if you have the transponder, you're going to be eligible for this. You reach 35 transactions a month, you get the 50% discount. It's really exciting. This toll relief program will make a real impact on the everyday lives of our customers, and it's really because of the conservative fiscal policies of our governor and our legislature that we can provide this relief without impacting our current and planned infrastructure for transportation. I'm grateful for the good work and collaboration with our legislative colleagues, and for more information on this toll relief program, please visit floridasturnpike.com/toll relief. I'd like to recognize Senator DeSigley and Representative Busada Cabrera for sponsoring this legislation and shepherding it through the legislative process. Thank you, Governor, for allowing FDOT the opportunity to contribute to relief solutions and the opportunity to be here today. Thank you.
All right.
Well, we find ourselves in a situation with an affordability crisis that was not of our own making. We have a federal government that borrows and spends trillions of dollars and puts us further and further in debt and creates an inflationary situation that we're in today. But in Florida, we're going to address those affordability issues, and today is only the first of many instances in which we're going to bring relief to working men and women who don't have the luxury of sitting at home and zooming into work every day. They have to get in a car and go to work to make this economy work and to help keep Florida the great state that it is. And so I am very proud of the work that Representative Demi Busada Cabrera did to bring this bill through the House committees and to the House floor successfully, and commend her and the other members of our delegation here in South Florida that this meant so much to. First and foremost, though, I want to say that this governor cares passionately about this bill, and his priority is, again, those working men and women who are getting crushed by the inflation that's being driven by Washington, D.C., and recognizes that with every way possible, we have to make sure we're bringing relief to the men and women of Florida. And so I promise you, in this legislature, and the governor's alluded to some tax relief and other things, we are just getting started.
First, I want to thank the governor and Speaker Renner for their strong leadership on this incredibly important issue. It's a perfect example of promises made and promises kept. Being from Miami-Dade, along with Senator Alexis Calatayud, we know firsthand the strain that tolls put on our community. Quite often, we have people in our community who will avoid toll roads and take a longer route to and from work each and every day, missing out on important time with their family to save money. This legislation will not only save them money, but it will save them time. Our workers and commuters fuel our economy, and this will put more money back into their pockets. Thank you.
Oh, and we also have Deborah, and I forgot, Alexis was not on, so Alexis is here too, one of our new state senators. So thank you for coming. All right, Deborah Fernandez.
Thank you, Governor, for bringing relief into families like mine. Good morning, everyone. My name is Debra Fernandez. I am a mother to a 2-year-old, a wife, and a business owner, and 22 years old. Alongside my husband, during the pandemic while we were pregnant, we decided to start our own business in order to help other small business owners get their goods into multiple marketplaces as well as trading shows. Before my son became one, I started noticing developmental delays and made the decision to seek for immediate intervention. After looking everywhere for the right place, we found it. Unfortunately, an hour away from our home. We all know that Florida is notorious for its traffic, making it crucial to have to take tolls, express lanes, and so on, in order to be on time for our responsibilities. Our commutes daily range from Fort Lauderdale to Aventura, to Hialeah, and twice weekly to Coral Gables for our son's appointments, bringing us up to a monthly average of hundreds of dollars in tolls. My family appreciates the governor's efforts to bring so much relief on not only tolls, but also sales tax release on baby essentials, such as diapers, formula, and clothes. This is worth mentioning. We're extremely grateful that our governor is on our side, helping families like me and yours. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. All right, we're going to make it official right now. All right. First bill signing in a while. Many more of these to come, a couple more tomorrow, and then we're going to be doing a lot in the next 4 or 5 months, I'll tell you that. Okay. Yes, absolutely. Okay, so today's date is what? 15? Yeah, I mean, better pull the trigger on those Amazon Christmas orders, otherwise they're not gonna get there in time. All right, who wants one? Anyone else? All right, who? You want one? Thank you. All right, here it is.
Thank you, Governor.
All right, well, as we said, $500 million in relief, but this is just the beginning, and we're going to be doing a lot more.